it's like, I don't even know what this is, but like, you know, you can only get it when you're in the air.
When you're up in the air over a certain
You gotta be at the right
city.
place.
Yeah.
Maybe there is. Maybe, who knows, there's an Easter egg out there.
Well, Gus, we're happy to have you on the show. Let's get into the news here, guys. Wyatt, my news jingle. It's the news time.
Why am I just a jingle to
We
you?
just got to work on that.
that
You
all?
are just a jingle to me. Okay, let's open with the big news.
The big news of the day, which is we are on the eve of October 27th, biggest day in pop culture, at least this year, and maybe for the first time in a while. So I'm going to read off the things that are coming out and give me like what your guys' personal, like 1 to 10, and your excitement level for these things. Okay, we'll go rapid fire through it, and then we'll go back down and actually like break down all of the different thingies. Here we go. Stranger Things 2.
Right, like right now, I'm saying it right now.
Yep.
So 10 being best, right?
10 being best. Yep.
Oh, that's like way up there. 9.
Boom.
I'm going to say 6 or 7. Don't get me wrong, I really like Stranger Things, but I'm not head over heels for it. Like, I think it was, I think it's good. I think the acting's good. I think it, towards the end of the season, and kind of like, a lot of Netflix original series do that to me. It's like towards the end, I'm like, all right, I'm a little over this, but it was good, and I will watch it. I will watch it tomorrow.
I'm going to go with an 8 on Stranger Things because I'm really excited about it, but there are other things on here that I might be, not that that's not what we're ranking,
that's a
but yeah. Assassin's Creed Origins.
I was originally like a 3. And then I saw a lot of the reviews on it, and I don't base everything on the reviews, but I have seen they were like, hey, this is not just another remake of the previous ones. They have actually made a lot of changes and put a lot of insight into the things of like, hey, we're not going to just make you do. The one thing that really did captivate me was the new leveling system, which is they've added
More
that to.
RPG.
Yeah, and they didn't have that in the previous one. So I went from a 3 to probably about a 7 on that. I will probably get that game eventually, probably not right away though.
Yep, I'm going to go with Assassin's Creed Origins. I'm going to go like a 7. Like, all of a sudden, I'm really excited for it. Yeah. Same thing as you. I remember after we did our E3 post-show, and they announced, I think, Assassin's Creed during the Xbox show. We were like, yeah, cool, another Assassin's Creed game. Yeah. Like, whatever. Like,
it's going to be the same thing.
I might end up buying it when it's $20, and I'll play it for 3 hours.
And I won't even, like, yeah. I'll get through the very beginning tutorial. And be like, okay, I'm going to do the same thing over and over and over again.
I think the problem for me on, like, why I'm not going to, like, rush to get this one is that I just got Shadow of War, and that game is fucking awesome. It's really, like, I look at them as kind of similar. Like, they take up the same spot in my brain.
Shadow is probably a better game, though.
Yeah, and it's fucking, God, it's good. It's really good. Gus, where are you at on Assassin's Creed Origins?
So I love Assassin's Creed. I have not seen these previous, so it's a little hard for me to be able to decide, but I feel the way you guys did about it before, where it started off really great, and then just, like, as the games went on, it just didn't pan out. So at this point, I would say it's probably a 5, just because I can't really say one way or the other.
Yeah.
But it sounds exciting, so I'm excited with you guys.
Fair.
The other thing about this one is, so because I got bored with the previous ones, I know that's such a very convoluted, crazy storyline, like especially with the future part of it, and how it mixes with the past and stuff. So I got really confused, and then I stopped playing it. And for me to jump back in, I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to understand it. But this is an origin story, and they said that the future part isn't such a big deal. It is in it. But it's more of an origin of how the Assassins came to be.
That's my hope for it. My hope is that it's not going to, like, it's like I'm a lapsed, like, Assassin's Creed fan, and I hope it is enough to, like, draw me into it.
Yeah, and otherwise I'll have to watch, like, a short, like, 5-minute, get me up to speed YouTube video.
The next one, Wolfenstein: The New Colossus. I'm going to start on this one. I'm at, like, a 9 for this. Like, I thought this game, when they announced it at E3, looked so fucking amazing, and I was like, how did I miss the first Wolfenstein? And I went back and played it, and it is awesome. The New Order, I think it's called Wolfenstein: The New Order. It was like a launch title for Xbox One, like way back in the day. Not quite a launch title, but really early on in the console life. And it is amazing. Like, it is such a cool game. It's like just oozing style because it's Bethesda. I mean, it's the same people who do Fallout and you know, all the games that you love, and Dishonored, which is a great game.
What did IGN give that game? Did they have a review for it?
The new one?
Or is it not released yet?
No, it comes out tomorrow.
No, the review.
Oh, I don't know if they
didn't
actually
see a
have
review
reviewed it.
for that one. Is that one of those we don't review it?
Bethesda does not give copies of their game out early. That's like one of the things that they always...
Idiots.
Yeah.
I don't know. So really the only Wolfenstein I ever truly loved was Wolfenstein 3D back in the back in the day. It does, from what I see, the very little bit I see, it looks nice. I would have to do a little bit more research before I actually commit, so I'm probably gonna say a 4.
I would say, like, do yourself a favor. I think you can get the New Order right now for like $10 on Xbox. It's totally worth it. Like, it's a great story. It kind of feels like you're playing your way through a Tarantino movie. Like, it feels a lot like it's got a vibe of Inglourious Bastards to it, and it's really awesome. Like, totally surprised, came out of nowhere. Really great game. So, Gus, where are you at? Did you ever play any of the old Wolfensteins? Or
I did not, but it sounds amazing. So
yeah, we're like, I feel like we should let Gus go first because we keep like pitching these games, and then he's like, okay, I guess I am excited.
No, but I love it. I mean, if you let me go first, and I'm not going to be able to say anything at all. Otherwise, I'm like, okay, I can go with that.
Let's talk about Jigsaw. Jigsaw comes out tomorrow too.
Pumped.
Jigsaw, the new Saw movie.
9.
You talked about this a little. I know you were going to be up there, man.
9.
I'm surprised that's not a 10 for you.
I'm so excited. I just watched. So the original 7. I haven't seen a majority of them. Like after the second one, I kind of watched them once and then never watched them again. And I kind of forget a lot of the details. It was 10 years ago since the second or first one came out. And so I watched a video, it was on IGN, of them summing it up in 5 minutes. And I realized that fucking it's so fucking insanely complicated. I was like, if I wouldn't have watched this, I don't think I could summarize the first 7 episodes for you. I could do the first 3.
Yeah.
After that, I just was like, oh yeah, I remember who the bad guys are, but their motivations, I don't remember.
I'll need to do that before we get to this.
Yeah, it's on IGN. It's a very good thing. But I don't think they're going to rely on that.
Yeah.
Because I think since this is a reboot, 10 years later, all of his buddies after the fact, they're going to focus on Jigsaw himself, and is he still influencing somebody? It may be crazy if he's still alive. He shouldn't be.
But he's like been around though. Like I've seen him. Like he's like on set, and he's been at all the premieres.
But he died in the third one. But he was still in every movie after that.
Yeah,
because he was always in some kind of flashback.
Okay.
So he was in every single movie, even though he died in the third one. So
Gotcha.
I mean, 9 out of 9. Kirsten and I are seeing a movie tomorrow. I'm hoping she'll pick
10 technically.
9
out of 9
score.
Scale. It's a very unique
We're
scale.
we're probably gonna see Happy Death Day tomorrow, though. I'm really pumped about that.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm a 9 out of 10 on that one.
Cool. Gus, are you a Saw fan?
So I loved Saw the first time I saw it, but I'm not into the gore. But I did like the story, and I did like Saw. I just can't stand watching it.
Yeah, your like eyes are closed half the time. You're watching. Like,
well, it's not that they're closed. It's just I cringe the whole time. I'm like, I can't. I'm sweating. I'm like intense.
you should meet our friend Buddy.
Yeah,
you guys would get along really well.
I can't stand it, but I did like it, and I appreciate the movies, and I think it sounds very interesting. But because of my own bias, I'd say it's probably around a 7. So it sounds like it's really great, and I'll probably end up watching it.
Yeah,
I just don't know if I'm going to be like gung ho about going.
I think I'm like sort of like in the same spot that I was with Assassin's Creed on this one, where it's like, as a lapsed Saw fan, can I be welcomed back into this?
Yeah,
and enjoy it for what it is, or are they going after? Is this like a quote unquote reboot where it's not a reboot, like it's continuing the
like
story?
Scream 4.
Yeah, Scream 4. Oh god, such a good movie.
What a great
Scream 4 was so
Did you
good.
see Scream 4?
Oh, Scream 4
yeah.
was fucking great.
Man, I tell people to watch the first one and then the fourth
Yeah.
one. It's
Oh,
so
skip
good.
the rest.
Yeah.
Super
Number
good.
2 is okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 is shit.
3
Yeah,
is garbage. It's
of
got
course.
like James
Scream,
Silent
yeah.
Bob in it or something like that.
Scream 4 though is fucking great.
Oh,
yeah. Okay. We're not here to talk about Scream 4 though. God damn it. I'm gonna say I'm at like an 8 on this one too, because I know that I could go see this, and like I bet you I have enough of a working knowledge of the plot up to this point to like not feel alienated watching this movie, and then maybe I'll look at the thing that you were talking about where it kind of like recaps you.
Yeah,
IGN or
definitely
whatever.
do that. You'll still be confused at the end of it. I promise that. It was that confusing.
God, there's so much. Oh, this is a bummer. So this one actually isn't coming out anymore tomorrow, but for a second, there's supposed to be a Cloverfield sequel from J.J. Abrams that was coming out tomorrow, but they moved that into the beginning of next year, called God Particle. It's like the third one. So there was Cloverfield, and there was 10 Cloverfield Lane, and then God Particle is going to be the third one in his trilogy. But it's
Why
coming
wouldn't
out
they
like at
call
the
it-
beginning of the year.
I'm surprised they don't call it some kind of former Cloverfield.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, so then that takes us to. Well, no, I'm gonna say this too. I think this is worth noting. The iPhone 10 goes up for pre-order tomorrow as well
like to add
I'm
on to
saving
all
out
of
for
this.
the iPhone 17.
Are you?
I've been holding
Are you?
out since the first
Not
one.
switching to Apple until there.
Not until they get all the kinks out.
I am really pumped for this new iPhone.
Tell me what's different.
It has no button anymore. Like the whole screen is now, or the
So-
whole screen's now a screen.
They're getting rid of everything. First the port, now the buttons.
Yeah.
Slowly
They just keep
before you
making
know
it-
it, there won't be
It's
anything
becoming
there.
nothing. Yeah, this is it. I'm holding up and
So wait, what is the? Why is that cool? Losing the button.
It
You
just
don't
looks
press it
cool,
on
man.
accident,
It's
I get-
new. You know what I mean? And it's Apple. And fuck you. I really like it.
I no, whatever makes you happy, man. I just don't. So, there's got to be something else other than the buttons being removed. I mean, you're just not telling me.
Yeah.
Not that you're trying to keep it a secret. You just don't know.
I could look up the specs. You know, it's just the new iPhone.
Let me throw my perspective on it. I got the Google phone, the Pixel.
Oh, you got the Pixel?
Yeah,
The new one?
I
The
got
new Pixel?
not the new one. I got the old
Oh,
one.
okay.
But it
Fuck
doesn't
you.
have a
Get out.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't have the button, and I'll tell you right now, not having a button is actually kind of frustrating at times
Do you
because
not get used to it eventually, or
sort of. It takes a minute, but sometimes like with certain things, it goes away, and then you gotta you have to figure out how to pull it back up. Like I don't know how to explain it. It's like
all
with videos,
gestures,
for example.
like
Like I've got to gesture it just right,
yeah?
and so like I love my phone.
Come on, you're gonna let that pass.
I know why. I was like, let him go. Let him go.
I'm literally, I jumped out of my chair. I was like, "Are you serious? You gotta let this slide."
Gus was making very suggestive finger swipe
Oh, yeah.
motions for our audio listeners.
Gesture it right.
Gotta gesture
You didn't
just
mention the big one.
I know. I was saving it. I was
Okay.
saving it for last because that's obviously the best one.
Okay.
But yeah, let's talk about it. Cat's out of the bag now, or Italian plumber's out of the hat. I should say. I hate my life. Super
How
Mario
are you married? I
Odyssey.
just don't get it sometimes.
Big Super Mario Odyssey.
Feet?
Big feet. Super Mario Odyssey. I'm going to say 10 right away.
Oh, yeah.
Could not be more excited for this. And this is how I always feel about Mario games. I feel like every single time it comes out, I'm like, oh, it's just a Mario game. Like, I know it's going to be great or whatever, and, like, it's going to be awesome, but, like, I'm not that excited about it. And then I play it, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
This is amazing.
Always blows your mind.
Yeah, and, like, for a game that's, like, so old, like, it never fails to, like, bring something new to the
over
table.
30 years.
Yeah.
And it brings something new every single time that is charming as fuck, and it's a great game to play.
And they're like, oh yeah, guess what the story is? Peach and her sister were captured by Bowser. Who gives a fuck?
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm starting to think
It's
they've got a
cute
thing.
story.
Like Peach and Bowser, you know.
Yeah.
like,
If I
don't
could
know.
call off work, like if I get a 4, if I wasn't so busy at work, I would probably have called off.
Yeah.
But
it's
now
one
I
of
can't
those
say
games.
that on a live podcast.
Halo is the only game that I still like refuse to go to work the day it comes out, just
yeah.
out of like respect for Halo. Whenever
Yeah.
there's a new Halo, I will not go to work. I will play that. And drink Mountain Dew.
Got yelled at school, high school for that.
Yeah, we got outed. Yeah.
We did. We got outed. We called off work. We called off school, or we didn't go to school, and then all our teachers found out, and they were not happy.
It's like one youngish teacher was like, "It's because Halo 2 came out, isn't it?" And we're like, "No, yeah." What are you gonna do about it?
David, my roommate David ratted us out too. Though. I mean, it wasn't.
It was like, you know what? We're not going to win the perfect attendance award.
Yeah,
so who
we-
cares? Like,
What's the
you know
point?
what? Like, let's just do this.
Let's just go.
So, Super Mario Odyssey, like the reviews, the initial reviews that are coming through are just amazing. Like all 10s. Like I haven't seen anything lower than perfect yet. Like it's unbelievable. Like the kinds of scores that this thing's already getting. So you know it's going to be great.
They said like even when you beat the game, there's still worlds you find.
Yeah.
Like it's not even just like, oh yeah, there's just collect more of these, stars or moons.
You missed
or
this
whatever.
mission or whatever.
No, it's like no, I'm still looking and identifying new worlds and planets and stuff.
And that's what a game should be about. I mean, it should keep you playing. I mean, that's the
Yeah.
idea. Why
Yep.
stop?
And we're in the. I think
Stretch that
this will be
$60.
the first Mario game first Mario World type game that could have expansions too.
Yeah.
Because Mario Galaxy 2 came out on Wii U or Wii.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have had expansions, but the Wii was never known for expansions that I'm aware of.
That's a good point. Yeah, I know.
And Zelda's gonna have expansions, so
This is
already
going
has.
to be a really fucking interesting discussion we end up having at the end of the year when we pick our game of the year. Gus, will you come back and join us for that?
Yeah, I
Game
love
of the
it.
Year
That'd
is
be great.
not fucking Spider-Man.
Well, no, because it's not even coming out yet.
Good.
But it'll be game of the year next
I
year.
hope that shit's on your face.
Oh, no. You don't? You love Spider-Man.
No, I want that game to be shit.
Just to win?
Yeah, I fucking It's still
Oh, because
better
you don't have a
about that.
PlayStation 4 too, so it's like double duty.
Yeah.
Like you're like, I hope it just sucks for you.
Double duty.
Shits on you like double duty.
I'm with you. Yeah, I see the poop on.
Poupon, the great Poupon.
We're just riffing now. We're just riffing. But I think it's gonna be a